Hello, first graders. Miss Jen is back with our new science lesson, and today we'll be start talking about animals. Yay! Okay, before we begin with the contents in the textbook, I would like to ask all the first graders, what is your favorite animal of all time? I think some of you might know my favorite animal because I talk about it all the time in class, but Miss Jin's favorite animal is dolphin. Yeah, I don't know why, but ever since I was a little kid, I was just really fond of dolphins. You know, the funny thing is, I've never seen dolphin in person, in a real life. I've never seen them in real life before. But I think it must have been this documentary TV program that I saw when I was a little, that I started growing my love towards dolphins. But I love dolphins. I love them. I just love looking at the picture of the dolphins. So one of my dreams is to swim with dolphins in the ocean at some point in my life. Do you think that will be possible? Maybe or maybe not, but I'll keep on dreaming. So what about you guys? You guys can think about your favorite animals and why you started liking that animal so much and all that. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about this question on Friday when we meet on Zoom. Okay, so today in this lesson, we'll be talking about living and non-living things in an environment, which we talked about already in the lesson of plants. Yeah, we'll talk about living and non-living things in an environment. And we'll also talk about the needs of animals. What do animals need to stay alive and to grow and change? Yeah, what do they need? We'll talk about that. And we'll also be talking about how God designed animals and their environments to work together so that they can survive and grow together. Yeah, the animals and their environment to work together. So the key point is the part where it says work together. God always wants us, people and the nature and people, just all the things that he created and designed to work together, to collaborate, to understand each other. Yeah, we'll talk more about that later in a moment. So before I pull up the textbook pages, I just wanted to show you these pictures because they're cute and I thought I would share them with you. So these are the animals. Where do they think they live? And so these are the animals that live on land, yeah, in the forest. And so we have zebra, lions, and giraffes, and elephants. So that's where they live. This is their environment, yeah, their environment. And moving on, we have some animals who live in an ice environment, North Pole and South Pole. So we have reindeers, penguins, and sea lions, and polar bears. Yeah, they all live in the North Pole or South Pole. And we have marine world, yeah, sea animals. Here we have dolphins, so cute. And you know, there are a lot of other living things under the sea, right? We have very beautiful corals. And over here is starfish. And we also have some non-living things under the sea. What are they? Right here, little rocks. Yeah, they're non-living things, right? But they're still under the ocean. And we also have whales and a lot of different type of fish. A lot. Okay, so we will be talking about all of these animals and their environment and the needs of the animals. What do they need to stay alive, to survive? and to change and grow. Yeah. So let me pull up our textbook pages here. Chapter 4. Ooh, very cute picture of dolphins over here. And so the big question for this chapter is, how are animals designed by God to survive and grow? So how are they designed by God to survive and grow? We'll be finding out an answer to this question throughout this chapter. Okay. All right. So animals. Okay, let's read together. First graders, finger up, finger down on God. God created all things. He created all non-living things. The air and rocks are non-living things. God created all living things. Plants, animals are living things. In Proverbs, the Bible tells people to take care of animals. We give glory to God when we obey Him. All right. So who created all things, you guys? God. And who created the non-living things? Yeah, God as well. God created both non-living things and living things. Yeah. And what is the verse in Proverbs tell us to do with animals? Yes, in Proverbs, the Bible tells us to take care. Take care of the animals. And how can you give God glory? Yeah, we should obey Him. We should listen to Him. So that means we need to take care of the animals like God told us to. Yeah. That means, not playing around with or not being mean to the animals, and also like keeping the environment very clean so that the animals can continue to have the place to live, right, and all that. So let's move on to talk more about the environment. Okay, so as you can see in the picture, I'll show you the pictures first. So we see a lot of living things and non-living things in the picture. Before we start reading, why don't we try to talk about some living things and non-living things that you find in the picture? Yeah. What are some living things that you find? Yeah, we see, they're not ducks, they're swans. How beautiful. We see some swans and a boy. Flowers, yeah, they are living things. And bees. And Grandpa sitting on the bench, he's a living thing. And we also see some trees, grass, a bird, and a girl. Ooh, look at that, a rabbit. Yeah, and rock. Is that a living thing? Nope, that is not a living thing. So why don't we talk about some non-living things in the park? Yeah, we see rocks, water, right? There must be air, although we can't see the air. They're non-living things. What else? Right, newspaper, the bench, and some buildings we see. Anything else that's non-living thing? We can't really see what this is, but this is a bridge. So yeah, a bridge is also a non-living thing. Okay. All right, so let's continue reading this part over here. Imagine you and a friend, are walking in a park. You see flowers and grass. Birds fly overhead. Insects zoom by. You hop across the creek on rocks. You see a rabbit sitting very still. The park is one environment. An environment is all the living and non-living things around a plant or animal. What living things are in a park? What non-living things are in a park? Yeah, we just talked about these two questions. So first graders, Let's review these. What is a living thing? Yeah, we talked about this in chapter 3. What is a living thing? Yes, it's something that needs food, water, air, and space to live and grow, right? Food, water, and air, and space to live and grow. And we also talked about the living things we see in the park. Then we said the rabbit over here is a living thing, right? Can you find what can you find in the park environment that meets the rabbit's needs? Yeah, what do we have in the park that the rabbit needs to live there? Right, we see some grass for the rabbits to eat. So we have food for a rabbit, and we have water in the creek, and air. I'm sure there's air to breathe, and plenty of space to live and grow here for a rabbit, right? So this is a good environment for a rabbit to live. And what is an environment? Right, environment is all the living and non-living things around a plant or animal. All living and non-living things around a plant or animal. So the grass, trees, water and rocks, all of them are an environment, park environment for rabbit to live. Yeah. So that is an environment, you guys. And needs of animals. So we talked about needs of plants in chapter 3. Now let's talk about needs of animals. So God designed animals. An animal has 5 main needs to live. Its needs can be met in its environment. God designed an animal's environment so that the animal can survive and grow. Okay. So air, water, and food are some of the things that the animals need. 3 of an animal's needs are air, water, and food. Of course, we all need that too. An animal breathes air and needs water to live. And food gives energy and helps an animal grow. Air, water, food are found in an animal's environment. Yeah? So just like these pictures, you guys. All of these are the environments for these certain animals. Yeah? So they have food, water, and air in their environment. Here too, in North Pole and South Pole, they have food, water, and air. And under the sea, under the ocean too, they have food, water, and air in their environment for the animals to live. Oh, whoopsie. Okay. Yeah. So, does the frog have its needs met? Yes. Frog, oh my goodness, look at his tongue. So he's reaching out to catch the insect for food, right? And he has air to breathe. And over here, water as well for him to live. So he has all the needs that he needs to live. And 2 more things that animals need. Shelter and space. A shelter is a safe place to live. A cow may have a barn. A bug may use a plant for shelter. A fox has a den over here, den. All animals need shelter. Shelter is a safe place to live. And our shelters, first grader shelter, is your home. It's a safe place to live, right? And the last part, the 5th need of an animal is space to grow. Oh, and I have to wrap up this video, so I will continue this in the second part of science.